Great.
All right, scholars, so we're going to start TA. So I want everybody to be opened up to their TA packet if they have it. If you don't, you know the drill. Open up to a blank sheet of paper and get ready to go. I'm going to put the text on the screen. And let's go ahead and get started. So everybody's pencils are down. You're tracking the screen, sitting up nice and tall wherever you are in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, awesome. Let's get started. Can someone tell us what type of text we're dealing with today?
Ahmed, going to you. Go. Up. Go. Oh, why can't I do this? Why not a host? Okay, go ahead, Ahmed.
The text is a fiction text
How do you know that?
because it says Cherry and Robert. So and I think that's characters, and I also see dialogue.
Okay.
No, it's 10:09.
Awesome. What are our thinking jobs when we read fiction texts?
Kamara, get ready. Go.
Our thinking job are characters, problem. Wait, what is the character?
Who are the
What's
characters?
problem?
Say it again.
Who are the characters? What is the problem? What's the solution, and what's the lesson learned?
Awesome. Okay, scholars, today while we're reading, we're going to be focusing on writing an extended response. And so hopefully we'll get some for time at the end for you actually to start writing as much as possible. Okay, so our title of the text is called Home Sweet Home. Make a quick prediction in your head. What do you think this text might be about based off the title? Home Sweet Home.
Robert, coming to Robert.
What it means, like when it says home sweet home, is like they're back to their home, and like they came back from their home, and
Okay,
they missed their home.
Great. So I think that, yeah, I think that phrase home sweet home means like there's no place better to be than home. So maybe our characters are going to be going home or to something. Okay, awesome. Let's go ahead and get started. Home sweet home. Cheryl and Roberto were looking for something to do. It was July and only halfway through summer vacation, but they'd already played lots of basketball, watched TV, gone to the library, and had bike races. They'd pretty much done, I should say, done everything they had planned to do for the summer. Cheryl was kicking a large striped pebble down the sidewalk as they walked. She kicked it hard. Then it rolled all the way down the block into the yard of the old empty house. She and Roberto looked at each other. Neither one of them liked this house. No one had lived in the house for years. The windows were cracked. Pigeons had built nests in it. It was dirty, stinky, and creepy. Together, they walked slowly down the block to fetch their striped rock. Okay, I'm going to stop right here. Who are our characters and what is the problem that's emerging in the text?
Azariah, go.
The characters are Cheryl and Roberto, and the problem that's emerging is that they act and that the rock went into the old house.
What do we think, guys? Agree, disagree on your screen?
Seeing lots of people disagree, Mr. Smith.
Okay, can we go to someone to evaluate?
Yeah, a true go.
I disagree because the problem is not that the rock went across the old house. The problem is that they didn't have nothing to do over the summer.
Bernie, you're disagreeing. What are you thinking?
I agree with Azariah and not Achu because they did many things over the summer, like they did bike races.
Okay, so Achu, can we call on Achu to respond to her using text evidence?
Yeah, absolutely. Achu, go. Oh, wrong person. Oh, sorry, people moving. Achu, go.
Over the
Start again, Achu.
My evidence is that they done pretty much everything they have planned to do over the summer. And my second evidence is that Sherry and Roberto were looking for something to do. It was July and it was
Okay,
almost
let's stop right there because I think that we're working on trimming down our evidence, and I think that the evidence that you selected already is good enough. Okay. Bernadette, are you convinced?
Yes.
Okay, I think that we can say kind of like combine the two to say Cheryl and Roberto had nothing to do over the summer. They kicked, but they were kicking a pebble, they kicked a pebble into the house. But let's talk about it. The fact that they're kicking a pebble, how does that connect to the feeling? How does that connect to what they're probably feeling? They're kicking a pebble.
Let's go to Isabella. Isabella, what do you think?
I think that it affects how they're feeling because they're feeling kind of threatened because that house is very creepy. And
No, Isabella, that's not my question. My question was not how are they feeling when they get to the house. My question was the fact that they're kicking a pebble, what does that show about how they're probably feeling?
that shows that they're kind of bored and really have nothing to do.
Great. Awesome. Let's keep moving. Okay. But when they got to the house, they saw a bunch of people. Hey, there's our neighbor, Mrs. Mendez, said Cheryl. Mrs. Mendez had a brush and a bucket of white paint and was painting the house. There's Mr. McCarthy, said Roberto. He's inside hammering something. There were a lot of people from the neighborhood working on the house. Some people were fixing the steps. Some people hammering away on the roof. Everyone seemed happy. There was a radio playing music. Just then, they saw Mrs. Lena walking across the yard carrying a large container of small plants. But there were too many, and they were about to fall out her arms. Before they fell to the ground, Roberto and Cheryl ran up and grabbed them. Excuse me. Thank you, kids, she said. Could you help me carry these over near the steps? We're going to plant them around the front of the house and make it look pretty. Sure thing, Roberto said. But could you tell us what all this is? Roberto looked around at everyone busily working. This is the Home Sweet Home group, Mrs. Lena explained. We're neighbors who come together to fix these rotten houses into nice houses. Then people who can't afford brand new houses can live there. The neighborhood gets to have a nice house and a nice new neighbor, and the person gets to have a nice home. Cheryl and Roberto looked at each other. I think we found something fun and interesting to do for the rest of the summer, Cheryl whispered to Roberto. Roberto nodded and grinned. They couldn't wait to get started painting, planting flowers, and helping make a happy new home for someone in need. Okay, is there a solution in our text? Agree, disagree on your camera? Good, everybody pick up your pencil and jot.
Davion, nice work.
Your final annotation.
Great, Chloe. Hey, Martin, join us. Awesome. Adriel, nice work today. Mia, nice work. Comfort, looking good. Mason, you should be writing down your annotation right now. Joey, same thing.
Okay, scholars, I annotated mine on the board. You can take a look at mine in purple and compare it to your whatever you have on your paper. Awesome. Now we're going to dive right into your main idea jot. I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes to pick up your pencils and do your main idea jot. Go.
I see Achada urgently moving. I see Angelina getting herself organized. Isabella's working.
Awesome urgency.
Fatumata is using Mr. Smith's annotations to help her. Good, Mason. Nice, Elijah. Nathaniel George, this is time for our annotations, please.
The
Put
main
whatever you
idea
have
jot.
in your hand. Oh, I'm sorry, our main idea jot.
So scholars, you have 1 minute left. You should probably be on to summarizing the solution and coming up with a lesson learned. 1 more minute. Jason, thumbs up if you're done. Give a thumbs up on the screen when you're done with your main idea jot. Milan, can you fix your screen? Maylene, can you fix your screen? Jaden, nice urgency. Promise, Max, Darren, your screen needs to be on.
Jaden, leave your screen on.
And Haley and Jakai. Thank you. Thumbs up on the screen when you're done. Our 1 minute is
showing
over.
me
I'm gonna
she's
give you
done.
guys like 30 more seconds.
Sahara is showing me she's done. Elise, we can't see you. Davion's done. Joshua's done. Martin's done.
Okay, let's come back together. Pencils are down. If you're not, track the screen. Even if you're not done, track the screen. You're there in 5, 4, 3, sitting up nice and tall. 2, Joshua, can you put your hood off so I can see you? Thank you. 1, 0. Okay, teachers, can we cold call someone for characters?
I'm gonna cold call Martin. Martin, get yourself ready, go.
The characters are Cheryl and Roberto.
How did you characterize them?
I characterized them at first as bored, and then I characterized them as helpful, because first they had nothing to do because they finished almost everything that they hadn't planned for summer, but
Okay.
then when they found,
Go ahead.
then the problem
Nope, let's stop. Thank you. I want to just real quick, Martin, which one of those words that you gave is a feeling?
bored.
Bored, right? So I think that helpful is the more important. It's a trait. It's describing their personalities. But I do think, Martin, that bored is important to include somewhere in our main idea jot, because that is part of the what, Martin?
It's part of the lesson learned. I mean problem.
Okay, good. Part of the problem. So if you're okay with it, I'm gonna actually stick that word somewhere else, okay? Martin, did you have any other characters?
Oh, I let him go.
That's fine, we can go to someone else.
Okay. Chloe, coming to you. Go.
I describe the home sweet home group as helpful, because they're letting under people who don't have and could afford homes live in a beautiful home, and we're making rotten homes into nice homes.
Awesome, guys. So another word that I used in mine was compassionate. Compassionate is a synonym for helpful. It's more of a synonym for when you're helpful towards other people. So that's why I like to use the word compassionate. Show me a thumbs up if you know what that word means. Nathaniel George, we're not eating right now. Let's go. Put it down and let's get moving. Thank you. Excellent. Can someone come? I'm going to cold call someone for the problem. Jason, what's the problem in this text?
The problem is that Roberto and Cheryl don't have anything to do.
I'm going to write during summer vacation. Agree, disagree on your screens, please. Let's evaluate. Vanessa, you're disagreeing. Respond.
I respectfully disagree with Jason is because I think the problem is that they were kicking the pebble because they were bored and they didn't like the house down the block, so but 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 their pebble got into the house, so they had
Okay,
to pick it
but
up.
but Vanessa, do you remember that when we were reading the text, we talked about what was the reason why, what was the cause of them kicking the pebble to begin with, Vanessa?
The cause was that they were bored.
Right. So if you think about that as the central cause of causing the other problem, that is our central problem. Our central problem is that they are bored on vacation. They have nothing to do, which is causing them to kick the pebble, which ultimately gets them to the house. But if you want to think about the central problem, it's that big problem that might cause other things to happen or other problems in the text. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. So I can add to what you just said. Roberto, are going to do are bored kicking a pebble. Are bored kicking a pebble until they kick it at a house they think is ugly. Sure. Okay, let's talk about solution. I want to come from someone who hasn't spoke all day long. Dominic, can you share out what the solution is? I got him.
The solution is that they were starting to
Who's
think.
they? Be specific, please.
Cheryl and Roberto were
Okay, do you need to go to someone else? Dominic, do you need help?
yes.
Okay. Did you go back up to your text, to your annotation to see what you wrote down for your solution, okay? Meanwhile, let's go to somebody else. I'm gonna go to Elijah.
Is that the solution is that chair is that the two characters kicked the pebble far to the house, and they found something to do, and that's to help the home sweet home people.
And say that again, the last part.
Is that they wanted to help people have like a better home.
Can we evaluate what's on the screen?
Let's go to Hamade. Hamade, can you evaluate, please?
I think his solution is pretty limited because when he said that, since I think he needs to add the part that they were helping because they were bored. They started walking down the hills, and then found out that they could help
Okay.
the home sweet home group.
Okay, I'm gonna jump in right there. I would kind of agree with Hamade. Elijah, I think that when you have this phrase "found something to do," you're getting to be more specific in the second part, but we need to be as specific as possible as experts on the text. So I'm gonna write Cheryl and Roberto found something to do, helping people have a better home by working. You need to tell me what exactly do they decide to do by working with the home sweet home group to help fix up the help fix up the house for someone in need. Can we talk real quick about lesson learned? Can someone share out their lesson learned, please?
Albany, go. Miss Anova, I can call on people for the rest.
Okay.
Okay, that's a no. Adriel, go. Maybe I can't call on people. Oh, Adriel, go.
My lesson learned was that sometimes things happen that
Scholars, you need to be able to immediately share what you wrote on your paper, because I'm noticing we're spending a lot of time trying to come up with things on the fly, and that makes me think that we're not moving urgently when I'm releasing you to your main idea job. So when I
Well, and it
immediately,
also makes me think too that people are, when you're giving them the time to work, Mr. Smith, they're
yeah,
not
they're not
actually
doing it.
the work. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Comfort, let's, oh. Are you, do you want me to call on someone else or do you want to?
yeah, just call in someone else real quick.
Okay, Comfort.
Promise, tracking the screen.
Unexpected things happen that could help other people and change your day.
Silently evaluate. Every time someone says something, we should just be silently evaluating.
Yeah. Agree, disagree.
Gonna set that expectation now.
Thank you, Vanessa.
That's been the expectation, right? So like we need to see it.
Yeah.
Johnny, no.
Haley sitting up.
Can you
Okay,
fix your
promise, that's a
camera?
warning because I can see that you're fooling around. Next warning, I'm calling your mom. Clear? Great. What do we think about this lesson learned?
Darian?
I think yes, because it was kind of weird when they kicked it. They found something to do.
Okay, so that kind of speaks to unexpected. That can help other people. What can speak to this part, the other people, is that they're helping people build the home, that and they're changing their day. Okay, can we apply that to our daily lives? Yeah, I think maybe. I think like, for instance, like maybe you're out somewhere at the grocery store and something happens at the grocery store. Maybe you see someone who needs help carrying their groceries and maybe you decide to help them, and that actually makes your day feel better because you're actually helping someone else in need. So I think that is valid. Whoever gave it, I don't remember who gave that to us.
Comfort.
Nice job, Comfort. Let's go to our planning page. So go to a new page or go to the, if you have your packets, flip to the next page. You're there in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's go to the prompt. How do Roberto and Cheryl's feelings about the summer change throughout the story? Why do their feelings change? Use details from the story to support your response. In your response, be sure to explain how Roberto and Cheryl felt about the summer in the beginning of the story. Explain how Roberto and Cheryl felt about the summer at the end of the story. And explain why their feelings about the summer changed. How many body paragraphs is this going to be? Clap, clap, show.
Melissa's saying 3.
I don't see hands on some.
Tajani, I need you in the screen.
Talia says 3.
Stop moving it.
Promise, what do you
Jacob?
have on yours?
Put your hand down.
Promise, I need to see your fingers in your camera. Max, you as well.
Robert says 3. Elijah says 3. Adriel says
Max,
3.
how many fingers are you showing? Okay, that's a warning. Okay, good. So 3 body paragraphs. Let's go back up and focus on the first question. Explain how Roberto and Cheryl felt about the summer in the beginning of the story. Okay, everybody pick up your pencil. You have 2 minutes to draft your idea and underline your 2 pieces of text evidence.
Remember, your pencil should be moving right now. The expectation is that you're ready if one of us call on you after this 2 minutes. You should not be coming up with ideas if we call on you. You should have your ideas ready on your paper right now. Let's go, Hamade. I see Mia working. Mason, you need to join us and quickly get a pencil in your hand and jotting down ideas for your first question. Let's go, Mason. Max, pencil moving. Viviani, always focused, looking so good. Great. Talia, looking good.
Excellent.
Vanessa, great.
Excellent.
Those scholars are going to be ready if we call on them, and that's fantastic.
Okay, you have about 15 more seconds.
Kamora, I don't see your pencil moving.
Okay, you're there in 10, 9, 8, 7. Pencils are down, tracking the screen in 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Let's cold call.
Talia, go. Oh, yep, go.
I put for Roberto and Roberto and Charlie felt that their summer was kind of good, and my evidence for that was because in paragraph 1 it says Cheryl and Roberto were looking for something. Cheryl and Roberto were looking for something to do.
Silently
Okay.
evaluate.
Evaluate on the screen, please, on your cameras. Agree, disagree. Her claim was Cheryl Roberto felt good about their summer at the beginning.
So.
No,
Joey, I don't see you.
I'll choose disagree.
Jason, warning. Show me in the screen.
Kamora,
Respond.
disagree.
I disagree. I disagree because they weren't feeling good about their summer. They were feeling bored because they had nothing to do.
Evaluating. Johnny, I can't see what that is.
Okay, scholars, look at my screen. I have 2 claims up. I have claim 1, which is Talia's claim, and I have claim 2, which is Achu's claim. You're gonna show me 1 finger for if you agree with Talia's claim, and 1 finger if you, or 2 fingers if you agree with Achu's claim. Clap, clap, show. Excuse me.
Ooh, I'm seeing lots of 2s.
Lots of 2s. Okay,
Yep.
Talia, we're gonna revise. Talia, I want you to revise your thinking. Talia, also, if you were to think about our problem in our text from our main idea jot, remember that our problem was that our characters were feeling bored at first with their vacation. Talia, nod your head if you understand why you're revising your thinking.
I unmuted her.
Talia, are we good?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go for evidence real quick. Can someone share out their 2 pieces of evidence for this body paragraph?
Eviani,
Highlight
go.
it.
I put, for my first piece of evidence, I put the first sentence in the text.
Cheryl and Roberto were looking for something to do. Okay, I'm gonna highlight it. What do we think about that evidence? Agree, disagree? Okay, what's the second piece of evidence?
Eviani, go ahead. You're still unmuted.
A second piece of evidence
Promise.
was
What did you?
Cheryl was kicking a large strip pebble down the sidewalk as they walked.
What do we think? Does anybody think there's a better piece of second evidence? Max, go. I got him.
Never mind.
What?
He said never mind.
Okay.
Promise is ready. Go ahead, Promise.
That a second piece of evidence is that a stronger second piece of evidence is that Cheryl she rolled it all the way then to the block into the yard of the old empty house.
Okay. Does that sentence tell us about how she feels about summer? Or does that sentence just tell us what she's doing?
Sorry.
That's not the evidence that I'm looking for.
Achu, go. An evidence is that they they done pretty much everything they had planned to do for the summer.
Excellent. So
That's
actually,
better.
I think that sentence is the best sentence. And I also think that the sentence before that is better as well. So I think that those two pieces are better than the first piece of evidence that was shared out. Everybody track your paper and revise if you need to. Okay, let's come to our second body paragraph. Everybody pick up your pencil. You have 2 minutes to come up with your claim or 1 minute. 1 minute to come up with your claim and your underlined evidence for question number 2, which is explain how Roberto and Cheryl felt about this summer at the end of the story.
Haley, get your pencil moving. Nia, get your pencil moving. Mason, we're writing down our claim for paragraph number 2.
Make sure
Pencil
you're
moving.
thinking about when you underline your evidence, ask yourself, is this the best piece of evidence to support my claim?
Lucas, can you move your screen over a little bit so I can see you better? Thank you.
Does it
Adrian,
show they
okay.
feel the way you're saying?
Brandon,
Okay.
could you scoot your screen back a little bit? Yeah, much better. Good.
20 seconds.
Yeah, good,
Lucas is
Brandon.
ready.
That's great.
Excellent.
Let's
Coming
call
back
him.
together in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Pencils are down, tracking the screen. Could we cold call someone?
Fatima, go. What's your claim?
So my claim was they felt like it was gonna be a fun and interesting summer.
Evaluate.
Louis?
Chloe's agreeing.
Lots of agrees.
Yes, I'm seeing lots of agrees.
Okay, let's go to evidence. Can someone share their evidence that supports Fatima's idea?
Fatumata, go.
I've got Martin ready. Martin, go.
Okay.
That I got first. My first evidence is I think we found something and fun and interesting to do for the rest of this summer.
Who
And
had
the
that?
second,
Agree, disagree.
Martin. Oh, okay.
Agree, disagree on the screen? Absolutely, Martin. Excellent evidence. What's the second piece of evidence?
the second piece of evidence is they couldn't wait to get
Yes.
started painting, planting flowers, and helping make a new home for someone in need.
Absolutely. Give Martin 3 claps. Excellent evidence. Those are the 2 exact ones that I had as well. Everybody compare your work on the board with the evidence that you selected. Okay, thank you. Let's go to body paragraph 3. Pencils up. 1 minute. Claim and evidence. Go. Explain why their feelings about summer changed.
Come on. Let's go, let's go. Mason, hold your paper up to the screen so I can see it. Closer. Closer. Okay, Mason, Mr. Smith's moving much faster than that. Let's get your first claim done. I'm gonna come back and check on you. Maylene, our pencil should be moving, finding evidence right now.
Okay, scholars, 10 more seconds.
Joey, are you telling me you're ready?
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
I'm gonna call on Joey.
Got it.
I got him.
Go.
As my claim, I put their feelings changed because their feelings
Sitting still.
their feelings changed because they found something called a home sweet home group that helps people.
And what are they going to do?
And they were gonna help people
Great.
that are homeless.
Yeah, by helping the group, right? They would help make the home for someone in need. Yeah. Okay, real quick, Joey, that's excellent. I'm gonna highlight something Joey said. Joey was very specific. I expect that some of you guys wrote something like, their feelings changed because they found something to do. That is not specific enough, okay? You have to look at the solution, be specific to what actually the characters did, and that's what Joey did, so nice job, Joey. Can we go to evidence for this one real quick?
Isabella, go.
My first piece of evidence was that
Isabella, did you get it done?
I'm just finding it.
Okay. It should have been underlined already.
And you should label it so you know the
Yeah.
difference
Oh, I
between
found
the
it.
pieces.
Okay.
Charity and Roberto were looking for something to do. It was only July and they were halfway through their summer vacation.
Evaluate? No, that's not good evidence for that paragraph. Someone else, please.
Haley, calling on you.
It could be this is the home sweet home group. In paragraph 7, this is the home sweet home group. Miss Lena explained. We're neighbors who come to fix these rotten houses into nice houses. Then people who can't afford brand new houses can live there.
Okay, I'm gonna stop right there and highlight that. That's excellent evidence. I think that honestly, if you were to even break that out, and that's 3 sentences, if you were to break that out into 2 and 2, you could use that for 1 piece of evidence and 1 sentence for the second piece of evidence.
Joshua, it's almost lunch. Wait.
Okay. So that's great. Let's go to, so that's E and F. Okay, we only have like 3 more minutes.
Yeah.
Can everybody pick up your pencil? And I want you to, for the next 3 minutes, to try to get body paragraph 1 done. Go.
Make sure you're explaining your evidence thoroughly.
Talia, excellent picking up that pencil as soon as Mr. Smith said that. Fantastic. Promise, excellent. That's exactly what I want to see. Keep going, Vanessa.
Jaden, move it or lose it. Let's go.
Milan, I want to see your pencil moving. Come on, come on, come on. I know you can do this. Joshua looking good. Adriel looking good. Milan, much better.
Awesome. Okay, scholars, 2 more minutes.
What's up, Ezra?
I'm on bottom paragraph 2.
Good for you. Keep it going. Go for it. Great job, Achu. Mason, hold your paper up to the screen again. I'm checking back in on you. Okay, let's keep moving. That's not enough. Come on, come on, come on.
Okay, scholars, let's come back together. It's okay if you're not done. To track the me and scholar, they're in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. I want to talk about 2 takeaways before we go to lunch. Number 1, both of our questions had to deal with character feelings. as a reader, how were you able to using the text today, figure out how our characters were feeling? What kind of evidence did you look for?
Eviani, go. Okay, never mind.
Let's try Adriel. Adriel, go.
Oh,
You're not ready?
Martin, go.
We found out the evidence of how they felt at the beginning of the text and how they felt at the end, and how and
Yeah, but-
what made
Yeah.
them change their feeling.
Yeah, that's great. But my question was like, how do we know how they're feeling? What did we look at?
We looked at their feelings throughout the story.
Okay.
How
you're
did
not
you
answering
know
my
what they
que-
were feeling?
We knew their feelings. We knew their feelings because we looked at what they were doing, their
Mhm.
actions, and what
Okay.
they were thinking.
Good.
Okay. Well, in this case, it was also by their dialogue, right, and what they were saying. And because this was an outside narrator, we only know what they were thinking by what they were saying. Okay. So we talked about that before. All right, guys, that's it. So that's lunch. We